All hail the Omnissiah. Welcome to the channel. My name is Ty. This is Mechanicus II. It's been a very anticipated game on my end at least, and I've been requested to play it by many of you out there that watch. It's a turn-based tactics game if you're not aware, and you are in charge of a band of Adeptus Mechanicus as they scour for relics and xenotech. The first game was above average. It wasn't anything super special. But one of the things that really made it stand out from the rest was the absolutely amazing soundtrack that it had, which just embodies, I feel, the Adeptus Mechanicus. The same composer's back, so I'm excited to hear what he's got in store for us, as well as see how the game has evolved. The original game saw you controlling Magus, who were your super soldiers, which you could upgrade and equip with different various items and abilities. And then you had some throwaway troops which were used to acquire a resource called cognition. Now, I'm completely blind to how this game has developed. I like to play games blind and I don't like to get into the hype too much. So let's see if it's worth your time tonight. Hit like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Yeah, it's here. I was meant to do the original game first, but things got away from me and the game is on our doorstep, so let's just jump right in. Mechanicus II. This one lets you play as both the Necrons and the Mechanicus. In the first game, you could only play as Mechanicus, so I'm very excited. We won't skip tutorials or prologue, and we'll see how it goes. I'll play it on normal here, just to see what that has in store. It says that it's the classic Mechanicus experience. I finished the original game on quite hard, but there were lots of different modifiers to your campaign that you could change to customize it to your will, so it wasn't really as hard as it should have been. Let's go. And just let me know if that audio's level, please, Tom. Thanks for joining me, mate. Can you hear me clearly?
I can confirm the presence of Xenos structures.
Deputy Steamroller, your objective is to explore and catalog any Xenos artifacts and report back to the Omnissiah knowledge.
Such a shame to finally find what I have sought, and not bring anything back.
Limit your activities to observation. Our Forge world is young. We would know what has been here before. Only then can this region be consecrated to the Omnissiah and its bounties exploited.
Of course, Prime Hermeticon. My maniple will locate an entrance to the underground structure. Let us venture deeper. There is always so much under the surface for the taking.
One thing that I've already noticed is voice acting. The original game wasn't voice acted, but it had a cool Mechanicus language, and I did read that if you miss it, you can bring it back. That's exactly what it sounded like.
A door left open for us. Perhaps seismic activity has opened it. Excavation Maniple Eta 7. Scout ahead. Secure the entrance. These ruins belie the much larger structure beneath. There is much here I find familiar.
It is very, very hard.
Xenos, my hypothesis holds true. The day will not be wasted after all.
From the little that I have read about the game, it's now more focused on heroes, but you still have your disposable units. But I'm sure we'll find out very shortly. Mechanicus II is a turn-based tactical RPG in which you take control of a powerful leader supported by a group of combatants. To avoid defeat, you must ensure your leader's survival at any cost, even the sacrifice of your other units. It's your turn. During your turn, select any of your units to play it. You can play each unit once per round. By using a movement action, a unit may freely move up to its movement limit during its turn. Each weapon action may be used once per turn. Be careful, after using the weapon, the unit cannot move again. You can increase the animation speed of units. That's good. That's something that I kind of expect from a modern turn-based tactical, or being able to move all your units at once. But because it seems to run sequentially, like not turn by turn, but unit by unit, that probably wouldn't apply here. And we've been playing turn-based tactical RPGs all week with King Arthur: A Knight's Tale, so hopefully we've got some skills. Traits are passive effects that sometimes require specific conditions in order to trigger, so don't forget to read their descriptions. During skirmish, a unit may also temporarily be affected by positive or negative statuses. Yes, I saw that this morning too. Chaos Gate Deathwatch, and I think that might actually, as much as I love the Grey Knights and they're up there with my favourite chapters, I think the game itself will suit Deathwatch more because they have a more variety of enemies to fight. Like, they're effectively fighting greenskins, Gene Stealer cults, the works, basically. And I think it might suit that gameplay, because I found Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, as good as it was, it did get a little bit repetitive. Maybe the game was too long, or it's just a curse of this style of game. But yeah, I just found a lot of the missions started to get a bit samey, and the best and most fun was, I think, the early game. But I also haven't played any of the DLC for that game. I played it at release and thoroughly enjoyed it. And the reason I haven't played it again is because it took 66.6 hours to finish, and I took that as a sign that that's enough. Yeah, we've had a great run of turn-based tacticals and RTS in the last 12 months. I'm excited, let's go. So it said you can choose anyone. Some units can use cover to prevent themselves being targeted by the enemy. Be wary, cover can be potentially destroyed by enemy or allied attack. So you can choose who to use. Oh, that's alright. Skills. Some units have special actions known as skills. You need cognition to use those skills. Oh, we got some scarabs here. Let's get them. Servitors away. And you've got, I hope, potential to build your ultimate Deathwatch gang with your favorite chapters, or maybe the chapters will determine what type of Space Marine you get. Who knows? It might be interesting to have, like, the chapter's class, you know, say, I don't know, the Blood Angels, and their Space Marines have, you know, a trait, but then they have their class as well, so you might get some interesting builds. Have a Smurf that does amazing things. Titus. You might see a cameo. No, we're going to have to end turn a lot in this game. Every time you move a unit. That's one of the gripes I had with the original. It's like, how many times do we need to end turn, bro? It's just one of the things that comes with sequential turns. Game looks good. This is max. I'm playing it in 4K, but I can't stream it in 4K, so it looks good to me. And if you want the game to flow pretty quick, you're going to have to use hotkeys a lot. Generated via traits, cognition points are resource unique to the Adeptus Mechanicus. Use them to empower your leader's movement, weapons, or skills. Get behind cover. And then, yeah, number 2 is attack. Kill the scarabs. You want your servitors to get hit from memory. It builds up cognition. They learn. You collect data. So I'll keep my ear to the ground a bit with news about that game. And I've been wanting to play it again, so that will cure my itch without having to face hordes of Nurgle all over again. Although I was quite partial to the Inquisitor, I found her to be quite delightful. Kill this before he reanimates. If you don't know, that's what Necrons do. You kill them, you got to kill them again. Now we don't want them to be hit. They've got armor against range damage, I believe that is. I remember something similar. 4 damage from the Volkite Lance, or Volkite Blaster it is. Shoot. And Chaos Gate was some of my earliest, cringiest content, so it's got a place in my heart. They say that as a creator, you look back at your early stuff and shudder. And it's real. There's a Deathwatch game on iPad? Really? Feed the servitor to the scarabs. That one's dead. Think you have a bit more damage when you're closer? Guess what the 2 range rings mean? Let's use a point on this thing. We empowered the servitor. And now we want to move it and kill it. That's something I'll have to remember to do. Use that often. Show caution and scorn in all things.
That is the last of them.
One thing the other game had, it was kind of like a little D&D map, I guess you could call it, where you got to choose which room you explored and different events happened, and there were like dice rolls and events, and it would increase the awakening of Necrons if it was bad, so next time you got into a fight, it would be harder or easier depending. I wonder if they've kept that.
An emergency? What is the servitor's status? Report.
Communications interference. request cannot be fulfilled. I've detected a servitor deep within.
Then we shall have to see it for ourselves. Servitor 997 Gamma. Satisfactory. Evidently worse for wear.
The servitor requires attention before it is functional. Our only choice here is to repair it.
The servitor's logic circuits were burned out, and the gyro sextant misaligned. These have been corrected. Report on its status.
Do you have energy too that you have to wait 24 hours to replenish, or... Oh god, I hate that model. It's functioning at minimal capacity.
It will have to suffice.
We've repaired it and gained ourselves a servitor for our little band.
This one is damaged. Its machine code generator must be malfunctioning. Servitor, engage low Gothic speech mode.
Response mode initiated.
Good. I would scour this place for its secrets, but it is unwise to tarry. Survey our immediate surroundings and report.
Scaevola, I think that might be one of the original characters. It's been a few years. Core chamber detected beyond the gateway.
The mechanics of fate have put a door in our path. Surely the Omnissiah wills us to delve further.
Got another stop here. It's on the bar on the bottom. The Xenos technology of the gateway is unresponsive. Decide how to proceed. With subtlety, find and examine the locking mechanism. Or there's no time for vagaries, just blow it up. We're going to go with subtlety. We don't want to wake up anything yet.
A modulated current applied to the locking components should produce results.
Haha. Okay. So the grind model. Power spike detected.
And it opens. There is no obstacle that will not melt away before a sufficiently cunning application of knowledge.
Alright, it worked. The door has opened.
Excavation maniple 8 to 7, and mostly intact. Servo skull, find us a way back to the surface.
Calculating optimal route. Okay, looks like we might have a battle on our hands.
For an eternity,
No?
we slumbered. And as we slept, we dreamed of half-remembered lives.
Enter the
and
Necrons.
new forms of cold metal and hate. Of shackles broken, and gods humbled. Of the empire that was ours, and a galaxy that bowed to us. From her slumber, awoke Nefershah, our guard to the Pharaon Sankotep. Nefershah, she who was to decide the fate of Kivroth.
We get an introduction to the Necrons quite early. Good. Investigate the disturbance. So it seems like Scaevola might have woken him up.
Biotransference. The cold of the great sleep. I have dreamed, but now I wake.
The
Got
weight
ourselves a
of
female
eons
Necron,
lay
maybe?
on the tomb of Nefershah. The Far God knew her slumber had been a long one, but there was no telling how long.
There is no time to wallow in our past. I am the hand of the Pharaoh. Varguard to Sankotep. My duties are to the throne. Cryptek Kynox, attend to me.
But I was not there.
And so now it looks like they've set out looking for Scaevola. Interesting.
Nefershah found herself faced with alien intruders. She regarded the creatures with as much mild curiosity as anger. They appeared partially biological and carried weapons of strange and inefficient design. They moved to attack, but Nefershah gave no quarter.
Only the ignorant would despoil the tomb of a Pharaoh's Varguard. For that ignorance, I am the punishment. For the dynasty.
The first time a Necron is destroyed in skirmish, its reanimation protocols activate. A round countdown timer will appear, and when it reaches 0, the unit returns to play. Some skills, like Arise, allow you to accelerate the return of units undergoing reanimation protocols. Oh, so we got 4 Necrons down. And we just wake them all up. Just click anywhere. And they awaken. Let's go down this side. Ignores defense. Ignores defense. And looks like he can reanimate, or she can reanimate too. We got 2 Necron warriors. Flayed one. 2 flayed ones. What do they do? When attacking a unit with less than 50% health, attack twice. Dominion level 4 and 8. What is that? Alright, we'll find out. Oh, I lost the flayed one instantly. I believe there's attacks of opportunity as well, so we won't move. You get Dominion from attack. Right, we best be careful. They died pretty quick. Get some scarabs. It's better than nothing, I guess. They can blow up. 1 max damage for every 2 hit points this unit has remaining. So they do more. The more flesh there is to eat. Or it's the size of the swarm. Once per round, a unit can make an attack of opportunity. I thought so. They're triggered when a unit leaves the melee zone. Each time one of your Necron units inflicts damage, the Dominion gauge fills by the same number. When the gauge is fully filled, a Dominion level is gained, and the gauge resets. Each level enhances or unlocks certain weapons and skills. Okay, that's cool. I can get down with that. Ugh. That's a lot of damage.
This world will be ours.
Let's get 2 attacks. Still not enough to finish him. Ugh, that's not good. Fortunately, our warrior disintegrated that servitor. Now we just have to worry about the ranger up the back. I think I should just eat it with the scarabs, hey? Nice introduction to the Necrons.
The tomb of Nevershah was extensive, and its observation protocols long dormant. Until they were fully activated, the Varguard had to seek her cryptic advisor alone.
These unworthy trespassers must not be permitted to become troublesome. And still, Kynox is not present. My cryptek should be in attendance.
Do we approach it with haste? As quickly as possible? Or caution? No, we'll proceed with haste. It's our tomb.
Honored Varguard, forgive me. Some malfunction of the tomb's awakening protocols has sealed my stasis crypt until these invaders are gone.
Curb your obeisances, Kynox. Though the task is beneath me, I shall disinter you.
Opting to locate Kynox as quickly as possible, heedless of danger. I don't know what that is, domination or dominion. We start with some in the next battle. At the start of each skirmish, you'll deploy your units onto the battlefield. Tactical view is enabled by default during deployment, giving you a clearer look at the enemies and terrain. You can toggle it on or off any time during skirmish using the left shift. Deploy and reposition units using left click. If you want to undeploy them, use right click. The number of units you can deploy is limited by your leader's capacity, and that can be increased through upgrades. Who we got? 2 warriors, 2 flayed ones. And we've got a couple of squares we can put them on. Now I bought myself the super premium version of this game because it gives you the soundtrack, but it also lets you... I'm not saying you should buy that, but I did because I liked the soundtrack for the first game. And it lets you choose whether you have 2 only, 1 only, or mixed. We're playing mixed, so you'll hear some bangers from the first game. Like this one. Alright, let's start. So we started with 1 Dominion level. Okay. They need 4 to benefit from it. Start with a shot. See what closer does. Plus 1 damage on targets within half range. 10% chance to inflict 1 damage. 10% chance per Dominion level. Okay, so they can get pretty powerful just with a standard shot. Still terrible damage. I used to listen to it all the time at work. Just had that zen about it. And then those that knew, like they'd give you a look, they'd be like, yeah man, I know what you're into. I know what kind of man you are. You're a machine man. Oh, 2 shots from the engine seer.
Pharaoh's will.
Well, let's fix that. We got some bonus units up the back as well. If the shark can't do it diagonally. So, she's in a bad position. Can't reach the servitor. Should have moved first. All good. What's this bad boy? The warrior? He's got the Gorse Reaper. Is that a different weapon? Or am I just tripping? Tripping. Have you watched that animated film or series or whatever it is with the salamander versus the Necron? That's a cool fight. And then with the sister as well. Getting her nerves just flayed. Great shit. I love it. You can't shoot when they're close, is that right?
For the dynasty.
Instead we'll use the other guy. The other gal. I'm going to keep getting that wrong. Destroying the cover. Not quite enough to finish it off. Alright, let's devour the engine seer. You can't see the... Oh, that's right. You can't see the enemy's stats in the other game until you studied them or scanned them. And so all the enemies could have different resistances despite being the same. I'm not sure if it's going to play out like that, but you know, you'd uncover a warrior who might be resistant to being shot at, so you'd have to use a melee weapon to get around that. It was interesting design. Tried to run. Nefashar got him. Yeah, we're getting pumped. Just devour him and wear whatever is fleshy. Double attack. Enough to finish the engine seer. I'm kind of glad I get to play the Necrons because I do love them. But whether it's going to be fun or enjoyable, let's find out. I did notice that the reviews weren't too great, but from what I could gather, it was mainly optimization. There were a few complaints about how things have changed, but largely I didn't see anything that stood out.
We kneel to none.
And so far the game's running pretty well on my rig.
Cryptek, are you damaged?
Nothing that cannot be attended to later, Omid Vargard.
Good. Attend upon me, Kynox. What has caused this interruption to the Great Sleep?
The tool's observation routines have deteriorated over time. Their data is incomplete.
How long has it been?
More than a quarter turn of the galactic plane. Many stars will have bled and died since we last looked to the heavens honored Vargard.
I see. Then, for all its sacrifices, immortality is undimmed.
I remember in the first game you could kill a Catan. Just fight it in an elevator shaft. It was a pretty cool fight.
The partial data indicates more biological entities are inside the tomb. Some warriors were roused in response, but they were destroyed.
So, we have an infestation of these vermin. The first of my duties is to see them exterminated. I shall attend to the security of my stasis crypt first, then drive them from the tomb.
The first game had a few, I guess you could call them morality choices.
Devos. It would be logical to rescue him if he yet lives.
And you could choose whether to stay sort of like conservative Adeptus Mechanicus and follow the rules, or you could, I can't remember the name of the faction, but there's a faction that are just sort of like, oh, I don't know, that xenotech's pretty useful. I think we better collect it all and not tell the big boys.
Though an escape route is the highest priority, it would be an unforgivable waste to squander this opportunity to examine a Necron tomb. I lost treasures beyond enumeration to the exterminatus at Silver Tenebris.
That's the place.
Wantonness, the waste. I will permit no such tragedy here.
That's right. When I played it, I preserved the place and I didn't exterminatus it. I didn't want. We wanted to keep it all. The technology was too enticing. So I think I sided with Scaevola maybe.
Less than useful. Should we come across Devos, all the better. But for now, I must determine the best route through this labyrinth myself.
Topographical scan indicates structure extends in all directions. Allied life signs? Nil. Watch for any intelligence or technology that could be acquired while exploring, or ignore the information riches of the tomb in favor of moving as quickly as possible. Or if we're looking for an injured, what I'm not sure what he is, but if we're looking for him, we better do it quickly. Minutes matter in medical matters. Multiple undetermined energy signatures detected.
Something awakens.
Ignore the information riches of the tomb in favor of moving as quickly as possible, and we get extra enemies. Yes! Just what I always wanted. More flayers.
More resistance. The tomb is not merely defended by dregs and stragglers. It is awakening.
Suppressing fear response to maximize logical processing. Partial success. The flesh is scared. Alright, we can put down 5 units. So what do we want? What are we facing? A couple of scarabs. A couple of warriors. What have we got? Vanguards and Rangers. This has got all ranged. With one meat shield. Oh, that was lucky. No damage. Oh shit. You gotta press tab to change characters if you want to do that. I've just wasted a turn. I tried to click on him. I've got the King Arthur muscle memory. Right, what have these guys got as a trait? Deals max damage if the bearer has not moved. After attacking, at a range of 5 or more, generate cognition. So you want to snipe with rangers. Okay. What's this guy again? He's a Vanguard. Let's see what he has. Radium Carbine. At the end of its turn, suffers one. It gives irradiated to the enemy. Can analyze. Suffers to. Excuse me. Suffers 1 damage from weapon actions and skills. Can you do both? Let's find out. You can. Nothing's got an area or attack, so we'll just stick together. There's no Overwatch, though. So we didn't really change the battlefield. It's exactly the same. The Scarabs are back. Try and draw the flayers over to the servitor. Snipe. Free point. Oh, we've saved up some cognition. Let's go over here, get away from the warriors, and put some attacks on the flayers. I guess I'll go for the axe first. It seems the most powerful. 3 damage. 2 to 3. 2 to 4. 3 times 1. Good job. And what's this one do? Inflict weakened and immobilized. Well, they have to be in range. Okay. Charge him up and try and make this a certain thing to kill these reanimating units. keep forgetting. What does this one do? Doesn't have any range constraints. Okay. I'm going to bring the servitor away so it doesn't die. Because I think our army is persistent while we're in the level. Clan Scryer in space. Don't you be doing my Adeptus like that. We get a possible 5 damage out of these guys. Not bad. How you going, Luke? You can't decide whether you like it or not.
The structure ahead appears unstable. Topographical scan.
Have you played it or are you just watching content? I've only just started, so I can't say either yet. I like the aesthetic so far, but we're just in the tutorial prologue, so I don't have a lot of say in what's going on.
A ravine we must cross. Erosion or seismic activity has taken a toll on the tomb. Time is pitiless, even to the Necrons.
An area of the tomb ahead appears damaged by the shifting of surrounding rock over millennia. Be warned, the passageway is split by a deep rift and the ceiling is prone to collapse. Skirt around the damaged area, cross the rift and accept the risk. We are trying to save someone, aren't we? So we're going to go direct. Minor structural collapse.
I am aware of this. A chunk of the ceiling has impacted my thorax.
Pain receptor status. I survive.
Fortunately, there is no superior here to admonish a lack of caution.
Yeah, totally against the canticles there, rushing.
Another gateway. This one far more elaborate. Could our path have taken us not to the outside, but to an inner chamber? The Omnissiah commands that the knowledge beyond must be gained.
So you're 10 hours in, but you're mostly disappointed that some of the aspects that made the first game great are missing. It's not bad, just not really what you expected. Yeah, well, that's what I'm worried about. You can turn on the sound. Oh, you can. I thought I'd heard someone say that. So you don't have to listen to their voice acting if you don't want to. Okay.
Evos lives, but barely, it seems.
I don't mind
Give me his
Scaevola.
life
She's doing
signs.
okay. I am undecided on whether I like the Necron yet. Musculoskeletal damage, blood loss, augmentic cascade failure.
What little flesh remains of Devos has proven weak indeed.
Resuscitation chance calculating at 31%. Davos. Agency Davos. That's the one we just ate, wasn't it? We blasted him with... Yeah, he's melting. Attempting to save him is a course of action most endorsed by the tenets of the Creed Mechanicus. However, the chances of his survival are low, and the effort expended may not be rewarded. I don't know, I shot him up and flayed him up pretty good, so I think we might just forsake him. Because that's the kind
Apply an
of
electric charge to the brain
man
stem.
machine I am.
Destroy all biological matter at the point of contact.
Stand back. Life signs nil.
Retrieve an appropriate machine-canned prayer from seminary data storage and transmit. As energy is neither created nor destroyed, so the motive force of the fallen returns to its source.
Cannot make more than one action per turn. Oh, is that for her? Or, yeah, maybe. Oh well.
Enough delay. Open these doors. A not unexpected welcome.
You had to make those kind of random choices in the first game, but after a while, I think there were symbols or some runes or something like that. If you had a good memory, you could remember. But after like a bad one showed up and you chose it, it would tell you that, hey, that's a previously bad one. So far, I haven't seen that. Like Luke was saying, it's probably missing. So it was our Vanguard that got damaged in that rock fall. Bring out a fresh Servitor. Or two. I liked those ranges. And we'll bring the least worst Vanguard. What are we dealing with? 4 warriors? 2 flayers. See if we can get close to one-shotting this thing. 5 damage, please. Thank you. And then it should die from radiation, if I read that correctly. So I'll shoot the other. Oh, you literally can't do anything more than move or shoot on the first turn. It doesn't have it though. Okay, we'll use this guy. Yeah, we'll just stay away from them on one side, let them chase us. Squad that stays together, slays together, or dies together, depending on their luck. So, he didn't die. Oh, it's not the end of turn yet? Okay, is it? I don't know. We're still working it out. I will leave that one alone, just in case. Shoot me! Shoot me! Okay, or eat me. Yeah, it died of radiation at least. Gotta give some other fodder. This one here. I think that's what it is, yeah. Thanks, mate. It puts you off ending turn, like all the time, and not knowing exactly where the end turn is. But here it is. It's this icon. So we've got a few more actions to do yet. We'll destroy the reanimating ones. Yeah, I can imagine there's probably just 50,000 units coming to get you. So Kerra is your favorite character with healing mechadendrites. So you're saying that Vanguards are arguably better because of the radiation? Does it cancel their reanimation, or just does damage until they die? Wow. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you again. Just out of range. We just irradiated our servitor by running through the remains of that flayer. Alright. Another thing to note. We're shot blocking these warriors. They're like, get back here, must kill you. Seems like the Vanguard can move after shooting. Yeah, he's regenerating now. Yes, I did know that. Yeah. Just press tab. This is kind of deceiving because it makes you think that whatever unit it's brought up is the chosen one. But yeah, you can choose any unit. It did mention that in the tutorial, but you might miss it. It looks like I might have blocked my boss in as well. We've got reinforcements ready. Let's give them... Try and get a shot off. Then run! Yeah, that's cool. Cool. Yeah, I've blocked Scaevola in. Another thing I'll have to keep in mind. Just a flesh wound. Ah, we've got the bugs here. The scarabs. Shit. I should have charged that shot. Try and get a cheap shot in here.
A sarcophagus chamber. The heart of the tomb.
One more final tip from our experienced player, Luke. Shoot the barrels. Thanks for that, mate. I appreciate it. You have a good day. Or night, depending on where you are. Okay, back to the Necronios.
Evershar's first glimpse of the invaders was of an individual who would prove to be an outlier in their number. Though Evershar did not know it at the time, this Scaevola was from the human order of the Adeptus Mechanicus. It was learned in the ways of scientific theory and practice, albeit only by primitive human standards.
A strange and biological thing. Is this what has infested the galaxy in our absence? One would imagine evolution had produced something more robust.
So this is indeed a tomb, and you are the one interred. Evidently a Necron of some seniority. A rare specimen.
It understands us. Physically unimpressive, but advanced.
You shall discover just how advanced we can be, Xenos.
This primitive creature addresses me as if I were an outsider. Yet this is my domain. One that no intruder will be permitted to tread, let alone a whelp from a species not fit to witness a Necron's majesty.
I am no tinkerer with ancient trinkets I do not understand. I have harvested technology from 100 Xenos races and delved into secrets even your once great civilization does not know.
Tom, now that you've said it, I can't unsee the fact that Scaevola looks like a Skaven warplock engineer.
We mastered the forces of this galaxy before you even stumbled blindly across your world's surface. What secrets can you know that are not trifles to the Necrons? It is only fitting they die with you.
So we are fighting Scaevola. Gonna take a few shots in the reply if we move there. Otherwise we're gonna get shot anyway. 2 damage, yeah. Again, unimpressive damage from a Gorse rifle, a Gorse Flayer. Four damage and radiation to our poor Necron. The Necron Lord is melee, so we need to keep them away until they're committed. Might be a bit dangerous, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, it's probably a death sentence, actually. Especially with Scaevola there, too.
No more waiting.
Just lightly on fire. Can't move anymore. Oof. 5 different statuses on the Necron Lord. Got some reinforcements right when we needed them. Just attack Scaevola. Won't do much damage, I don't think. Nope. Dead. And if they shoot them again, we're in big trouble. Like I said, keep them out of trouble, then charge them into combat. It's our tomb, goddammit. Let's try and tie up their ranged units, but I think that servitor is going to clap. We have to chew it. Went for the scarab, fortunately. I would have hit me. It's not over yet. We got killed while irradiated dead, so yeah, the Vanguard's pretty powerful. I thought we were going to win at that last moment, then the burning and the radiation got the better of the, the Necron. Scaevola wasn't lying. No swarm of scarabs this time, just a flayed one. We have to outrange them. There's no cover. Let's go over here. They know we've got advantage here. We'll have a wall of warriors. Shooting the servitors is going to give them cognition points. It's what they want.
Forgive Wrath. In service.
We have to kill this Vanguard. We are committed to it. It's dead.
We kneel to none.
That's the one I was going to shoot. But I thought I'll get the Flayer to kill it.
Threats abound for the dynasty. This world
So we get free scarabs all the time that we can go over our unit cap, I think. So we play like a horde faction, kind of. Hey Jacob, you want to see Mechanicus campaign first? I'm glad I could bring it to you finally, mate. That's fine if your internet's glitching. You enjoy it, mate, and I will talk to you when I can. Thanks for watching. Going to get flanked by this vanguard here.
This world will be ours. This world will be ours.
They hit hard, man. They're dangerous.
Threats above, threats above.
Luke was not wrong. Now that we've shot all their servitors to death, he's got a few mission points to spend. Burning 1 damage, 2 damage. Shit. So I've got to raise them this turn, I think.
We kneel to none.
We've got more health. Oh, we've got about the same, actually. But melee attacks ignore defense.
We are outmatched. Manipul, countermand self-preservation routines, full principle defense protocols. Retaliation.
Exfiltration route selected.
The leader of the invaders used its underlings to surround Nevershah while it fled her sarcophagus chamber. Other guards swiftly dispatched these sacrificial minions, but not before the instigator of the intrusion had escaped her.
The architect of this outrage has fled. Moreover, this intrusion may not be isolated. There is no telling how many aliens are on Kivroth. I must go to my Pharaoh. Sankotep must know.
Hey Sankotep, you dead, man?
witness the interlopers. They disgusted me. Eons we slumbered, waiting to reclaim our galaxy. Only for it to become infested with vermin that proliferated in our absence. Now, we awaken to retake what is ours. Wretched amalgamations of meat and metal, shackled to ignorance by your faith. Do you truly believe you can stop us? We, who have shattered our very gods and enslaved them to our will. The stars were young when our empire was ascendant, and when the last of them die, we alone will remain. For we are immortal.
Chills down the spine. The fleshy, weak spine. So, I really want to play the Necron campaign, but I have been promising Jacob for an eternity, or it feels like that we would do Mechanicus first. Adeptus 4, Explorator Cohort.
Noble Magi of the Omnissiah, I have responded to your summons.
Magos Faustinius, we have called you to our world for your experience with the Xenos, known as Necrons. You have engaged these creatures before. Confirm.
Indeed. I fought the Necrons on Silver Tenebris, though the outcome was
suboptimal. Historical records assert that the planet was destroyed, subjected to exterminatus.
I determined exterminatus was the only way to ensure the Necron threat was truly eliminated. My calculations were extensive. I believe the Omnissiah's will was done.
No such option exists on Hecateus 4. Ours is a forge world, newly established, but one that must be defended at all costs. This forged city of Experitus represents resources that Adeptus Mechanicus cannot lose. There will be no exterminatus here.
The spaceport menials report you have not arrived alone.
I am accompanied by a retinue. All specialists, all worthy of my trust. They were at my side on Silver Tenebris. There are few with their experience of facing the Necrons.
You arrive as operations have already begun. Our campaign to dismantle the Necron formations and uncover their underground tombs is well underway.
It is the Omnissiah's will that Hecateus 4 become a monument to the priesthood of Mars. Not 1 square meter wasted. Skies dark with the smoke of our manufactoria. A forged world to equal any in the Imperium. Before this can come to pass, the Xenos must be eradicated.
Battle zone data analysis has demonstrated an element lacking in our strategic assets. The Skitarii cohorts are an unwieldy tool for engaging an enemy that remains opaque to our analysis. We find ourselves in need of a force that can move rapidly and at short notice.
Gathering data, eliminating key targets, supporting Skitarii operations, functioning beyond established battle lines.
You begin immediately. Mission parameters are already generated. An archaeopter transport is waiting for you.
Then I am at your disposal.
Magi. Grave news, Magi. The Necrons have awoken in far greater numbers than we suspected. The Skitari could not halt their advance.
The aliens' foul presence darkens the horizon. With malevolent purpose they march.
It is my belief the Necrons are mustering for an assault on Ex Veritas. It is our principal forge city. Logic dictates the enemy would consider it a primary target.
Our predictive models concur. The defense of Ex Veritas shall become the principal strategy in our computations. Meanwhile, your strike force will be needed to act in haste, where other forces cannot. You will be assisted in this by the Tech Priest, who discovered the first Necron presence on the planet. We understand you have previous interactions.
We are separated from the events at Silver Tenebris by much time and space. Yet still our paths cross, Faustinius. The odds would seem incalculably long, yet perhaps this was inevitable.
Skevola, your presence haunts us like the howling of forsaken machine spirits.
That guy's intense.
Lector Dogmatis Videx, it has been too long since last we spoke.
Name checks out.
What an unexpected joy.
Tech Acquisitor, regardless of our disagreements about the fate of Silver Tenebris, I cannot fault your experience battling the Necrons. We will have need of it.
Hey Zitter, how you going, mate?
What we need is a leash on this xenophile crone.
A leash, yes.
My cohorts and I are at your service, Magi. Let the Omnissiah's will be done through us.
So yeah, I'm not being friends with Videx. No offense. The war map lets you track the progress of your campaign on the planet and direct your operations through various missions. Select a mission to start your campaign. Requisition represents the resources fueling this Adeptus Mechanicus war effort on the world. It is generated passively during missions by your forged cities and later in the campaign your forged temples. It can be spent to recruit units for mission deployment. Spend carefully. Committing too much requisition now may leave you with fewer options when the war demands more of you. The road ahead. A forged temple. A tomb complex. I don't know what I'm doing. The cohort. It's the unlocked units. Ooh. Ooh. If you've played Gladius, you would hate these things. Yeah, anyone that's played Gladius hates these. Skitari, Vanguards with nothing special yet. Electro Priests. Taraxii, or Taraxi. Sicarians. Very nice. It gives you a little bit of a lore snippet. Lobotomized human flesh fused with unfeeling machinery. Servitors exist only to obey, expendable and hardwired for compliance. It's the best way to serve, apparently. They march as tools of the Omnissiah's will. Alright, we've got 40 production here at Ex Veritas. That's a critical path mission. Let's do it.
Stand intolerant.
I literally said I don't want to use Videx, and he's our first leader. The game's like, no, you will like him, and we will make sure you like him. If we do this mission, we'll get some augmentation points and some archaeotech fragments. going up against the standard Necron trash.
Magos Faustinius, a force of Skitarii is marching upon a concentration of Necron warforms. The resulting engagement is expected to shatter the Xenos resistance with a probability over 87%.
I usually
However,
buy anything that
mass
has the
Skitarii
Mechanicus in it.
formations are unsuited to reacting swiftly to unexpected battlefield variables.
And when Mechanicus came out as a faction in Gladius, I bought them immediately. And being able to capture the Castian robots was... oh, it was so good. Hey Luna, fun fact, you can change the difficulty as required. Excellent. Yeah, the Steam reviews did have me hover my finger over the purchase button longer than I normally would. But then I thought, I will make that decision myself, whether it's worth it or not. I think I enjoyed the last game. It wasn't the best game, but it was a great Mechanicus game. So, hey, take what you can from the stream here and see if it's worth it for you. And stratagems are a trap. Luke coming in with the expert tips again. Thank you. Well, I hope, Drunk Monk, that we can give you some insight as to whether it's worth it or not for you. That's what we're all about here.
And my forces from the Adeptus Mechanicus offer a solution?
Quite so. Select troops are to be reconfigured into an intervention plate to respond rapidly where required. Its first task is to range ahead of the Skitarii and clear the path for them. Mobility and independence of command is required for this task. I am assured you can offer both.
So far, I'm actually enjoying the voice acting because I looked at Mechanicus 1 to stream, and each time I went to pick it up, I was like, no, it's going to require so much narration from me to be engaging. So this is, for me, is a bit of a break as well.
I sense an underestimation of the Necrons. They may not adhere
Appreciate
to
it,
your
Luke. Thank
prediction
you.
models.
Your admiration of the alien is showing, Slavola. Remember, it is written thus: he who speaks well of the alien is no more than a weapon in the hands of the Xenos.
Videx does sound exactly like I imagined, though. We just get to hear it now.
Your advice is committed to memory, Tech Acquisitor. Elector Dogmatis Videx is well suited to leading such a mission. Am I correct in surmising he is to be sent upon this duty without delay?
You are.
Well, I do speak Venaric in my sleep. My wife always hits me. Shut up.
My personal servo scow shall accompany the intervention clade to provide a means of observation and communication. It was made from the remains of Redditus, a fellow tech priest of great erudition. Its battlefield data-gathering capabilities are far in excess of standard. I compiled the neuro protocols myself.
Well, it's not strange to say, because Mechanicus 1 did have a certain zen to it, and the soundtrack was freaking amazing, and I still listen to it just like driving around, you know, becoming one with the machine. I love it. It was fantastic. I would buy the game just for the soundtrack, that first one. I'm undecided about this new soundtrack, and to say, to answer your question, Evil Soul, is it worth buying? For me, yes, it was. The gameplay, I'm still getting through it. We just got past the prologue. So far, it's fun, and I'm liking how much effort they've put into the world so far. But, yeah, we'll see. I like to think I'm pretty cultured.
Then let's turn the cogs of war.
And it's not strange to say, Drunk Monk, that it helped you through your life. Yeah, I totally get where you're coming from. Just being able to immerse yourself in something else outside of your worldly troubles is why I play gaming. That's why I play games. To experience something that I probably won't ever experience in real life. That's why I don't play orcs, man. Stereotypical Aussie. Whoa! Alright. So stratagems are a trap, you reckon? What is this? Unit recruitment capacity. Archaeotech fragment. Requisition cost. Let's go with more loot. Ah, I see. It puts the vigilance meter up. Does that mean more bad guys? So you can make it super hard for yourself? Is that what I'm reading? I will take a 1 point. So we'll go with more capacity. Give ourselves a bit of a big noob crutch. During this phase, you can select the units you want to recruit for the mission. Each unit card represents a squad or individual unit you can recruit. Unit cards are randomly generated for each mission. Each unit has a requisition cost and also contributes to the mission's recruitment cap. You always have access to a basic unit type, allowing you to fill out your roster even when options are limited. Each mission has a maximum cap, which limits the number of units. You don't have to fill the cap, but going in under strength will make the mission tougher. Yeah, like the first one, if you had a bad run of events, you could just have maximum alert status. Alright, what are we going to take? We know the servitors are the meat shield, so let's just take 4 of them. What else? Is that it? Is that all I can take? Despite having cap. Ah, they cost 3? We want the Vanguard. Okay. Oh, they use up +5 capacity. Okay, that's... Alright, we want 3 of these and then 1 dude. 1 Vanguard, I guess. Yes, it's the same composer. And I heard that the title screen has like a rework of one of the original songs. I can't remember the name of it. But the version of the game I bought, which was like $10 more, I know, like what a trap. But it gives me the MP3 versions of the songs, and it also, I think it gives you this option here where you can mix between the first game, second game, or both. I'm not sure if that's in the base game.
I am in position. The eyes of the Omnissiah fall upon this place. Let no foe go unseen.
Necron trace indicators detected, confirming proximity.
The enemy is close. We shall advance.
Move along the Skitari's projected path and locate or eliminate any enemy along the way. Make sure to maintain full awareness, Lector Dogmatis.
Of course. Heed the words of Fabricator General Mitcondras. Let us observe the foe, not in awe, but the better to destroy it.
And like honestly, if you want to listen to the first soundtrack, just listen to it on Spotify for free while you're playing the game. Don't buy it if you don't want it or need it. I'm just a sucker. I'm just a classic sucker. Let's observe the foe. Let's go. But I try to let my poor choices enlighten your choices. Rapidly advance, ready to engage enemy, alerting nearby hostiles but minimizing chances of becoming surrounded. Advanced by fire team. Let's avoid contact initially. Yeah, or on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. That's how I listened to it for a very long time.
Excellent. They are unaware of our presence. In ignorance, they shall fall.
Spotify had a bit of a recap of your time on Spotify, and mine was the composed, like my most listened to artist was the composer for XCOM 2, Tim Wynn. I made a Reddit post about it because I was like, lol, XCOM is life. I just have a particular weakness for Necrons and Adeptus Mechanicus. And the odd Dark Mechanicum, if you could ever find it.
Onwards! Hesitate not! Remember, time is a raw material to be expended only in the Omnissiah's service!
Like, I'm probably going to buy Darktide just so I can play as Skitari. I haven't played Darktide yet, but I will for that. We've had a bit of an intermission. Now let's get into the mission itself. Look at this floaty cathedral guy. We've got a lot more than I... Oh, so we got 5 of them from choosing one squad. Oh, it makes sense now. Okay. But you buy servitors individually. So we got a heap of Vanguard. Let's keep a servitor in reserve. Put our shooty boys away from the Flayer guys. Let's go. A zealous preacher of the machine god's orthodoxy, Videx wields faith and firepower in equal measure. His devotion is to sacred logic, and it makes him both an inspiring commander and a dangerous fanatic. On the battlefield, Videx excels at ranged warfare and battlefield support. He can expose himself, classic preacher, to greater risk to empower the ranged weapons of the nearby allies. It is the weekend, I get a bit loose on weekends. In time, he may unlock rituals, powerful, time-intensive abilities that can channel the motive force through code and creed alike. Alright, we're surrounded by the flayed ones. Let's have a look at Videx before we... Oh god, he's going to yell at us all the time. He's got a Magna Rail Lance. Max damage if the bearer is not moved. 4 to 7 damage. Decent. Next time this unit would suffer damage, that damage is ignored. Nice. Weapon action, Omnissiah's Staff. The motive force. This unit's next ranged weapon inflicts more damage. And defense down. Oh, he suffers defense down. Okay, makes him weaker. Can move over pits and ignores ground effects. Luna went through the crucible. Well, someone had a bad day already. I can't remember what that vehicle is called. Someone enlighten me. I'm sure there is an expert. Well, we've got a heap of warriors behind us. So we can give 2 stacks of energized to one of our dudes. Ooh, big hit. We're gonna lose one already. What's this here? Iron Soul. This unit and Videx game defended. Just anti-grav transport. We'll move away from them.
By the machine god!
What does defender do is the question. One defense. Well, I haven't seen any of the character development yet, so we haven't been given access to any of that. So I can't say whether I'll enjoy sort of the customized build or how the heroes play out through skill trees. I kind of like that we've got heroes that we can control at this stage. I'll certainly have my favorites, and I am going to play the Necrons, most assuredly. But it feels pretty true to the original game, but I haven't got these little weird points to grab to get cognition yet. So we'll see if that is a feature that remained. We turned one of the flayed ones into a pile of irradiated dust. Got lots of defense with Videx. From what I saw, they get very good.
Intolerant. I sense Xenos corruption all about us.
It's long range for sure. Decent shot, dude. Get him. That stopped the reanimation. Yeah, the first one, yeah, you're right. It was sort of... You could go into a mission with a character build that just wasn't working, and it would slap you. And if you were playing like Iron Man, haha, pun intended, yeah, you could be campaign goodbye. Or if you weren't really keeping track of the items and the synergies, yeah. And then there was just some builds that just made the game trivial. Like ranged weapons with area of attack. They were so powerful that they gave you an option to turn those guns off so you couldn't use them. He dead anyway. We'll kill the reanimation one. We had a little bit of extra defense there. He's been irradiated, so he should die next turn. So we'll concentrate on one that needs a shot. Oh yeah, I moved. Opportunity attack.
For the Omnissiah!
Running out of meat shields pretty quick.
By the machine god!
Ouch. Alright, it's down for now. Using this on as many dudes as you can will make him super resilient. It's stacking up.
Sand intolerant.
I'm already noticing there doesn't seem to be much choice in the path we take.
Excellent! Stand for remnants of Necron forces. The Xenos must be cleansed in their entirety.
And Drunk Monk, like the previous game, there seems to be a lot of customization on the difficulty. When you play a custom campaign, you can tune a whole heap of stuff.
The enemy are not as purged as we thought. How many are indicated?
Definitely the game's artwork is definitely gone up a notch. I don't know if I like their designs yet, but they're certainly cool. Thomas said that Scaevola looked like a Skaven, and I just can't unsee it.
They must have some means of outmaneuvering us.
It's just this.
Underground
making
tunnels
me think.
or sensor-baffling
Skaven.
technology to hide their muster points. Electrodoc.
Oops.
To
Sorry.
retreat in the face of the foe is to hand in the victor's laurels! My heart shall be as a reactor fueled by hatred, and by its fire shall I drive the foe back. With Skitarii reinforcements I can hold out.
And if you're not enjoying the voice acting, you can change it to the base game binaric screeching.
Not against these numbers. You are more valuable intact than discarded in a show of devotion. Withdraw to the preset extraction point immediately.
Stop it, guys. Stop it. No, not Skaven. Stop it. I will not be convinced of space rats.
The Omnissiah grants us the knowledge to forge our weapons and command our armies. We must trust in the divine efficiency of his design.
The Skitarii
I
are out
don't
of
disagree
position.
with you.
Reinforcements will arrive fragmented. and enemy forces are overwhelming. Your imperative is to withdraw, with no further delay.
Haha, retreat? What is this? Exhortation of the Sacred Paradox. Invoke an obscure scripture of the cult Mechanicus to inspire the strike force. It looks like it makes things harder. Employ mutually protective tactics to minimize incoming damage. Rapid exfiltration. Forsake tactical concerns to reach the extraction point. Let's do the Sacred Paradox. Because why not?
Think upon the sacred paradox of battle. Let reason drive us beyond all reason, the better to exterminate the foe.
Yeah, I think so. I think the Necrons will probably have their own, like, because they were like, whoa, Scaevola can understand us. So, yeah, maybe they'll have a similar. What did we get? We got +3 movement, and this unit's weapons gain 1 max damage, and the assault and multiple use traits. Wow, it paid off. That Sacred Paradox. It paid off. It seemingly paid off. Whole position for exfiltration.
Then our righteous labor approaches its conclusion. By the will of the Omnissiah, our final act shall be of destruction!
So we didn't get far before we had to retreat. And Videx does not like it. Probably just sounds like pipe organs to the Necrons. We can put some guys close in cover. Well, that gives you a cognition point when you use it. Just stay here. He looks like a stone monument. Looks like a statue. Covered in wax. And they just went, oh yeah, bro, you better go and do some fighting. Just gonna get them all defended and it might keep them alive a turn. I should have moved away. So, we're a little bit outnumbered here. Plus 6 defense. You ain't shooting him anytime soon. We don't need to examine him, but it's good for the point.
Seeking revelation.
You probably can. Luke said that there's a hero with mechadendrites that can heal others. Gain divination. Oh, it's for him, is it? Yeah, it's just for him. We don't need that. We're not worried about getting shot with this guy this turn. Oh, they still overcome the defense. That's unfortunate. And more warriors have arrived. On the flank. Scaevola, we've been using her. We used her in the prologue at least. But it seems like the story arc or the canon story was Exterminatus of Tenebris, or whatever the name of the planet was. She's the heretic path, if I remember correctly.
The machine god.
And I think I chose that path because I wanted to bottle the Catan. I don't know. It's been a while. So what it looks like here that you build up as much defense as you can and then you use motive force to energize a unit like maximum. But then it removes all the points. Okay. He's got a few warriors here, so we will use that point. And I just wasted it because I moved. Silly scarab. Can't reach them. You can't shoot at point blank? Shit. And if I move, I'll die. So we just gotta cop it. I just threw that unit away, but no effect. We'll need to pull back. Again, I can't fight the scarabs. I should have killed them. We have to move, or we'll die. Or we will die anyway. Shit. We might lose here. There are even more warriors. Oh. Videx must reach... Oh shit, I didn't even look at the objective. We're just supposed to be crossing the map. No wonder. They just keep spawning.
For the Omnissiah.
Alright, we just gotta run for it, I guess. It's an opportunity attack as we pass. Too busy reading chat. Yeah, we realized that 10 minutes into the mission. We're just standing there fighting everyone off. I just saw Videx must survive and thought, fuck it, kill everyone. And I just moved too close again. Lots of noob mistakes. I've been playing a melee-based, turn-based tactics game all week. Where we just run in, chop, 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 chop. And they lose. Try and get some protection on Big Boy, but he's going to get shot and killed unless we bail. Nope. Lucky that was just a simulation. So we will just run, shoot, defend, because we have the movement range for it.
For the Omnissiah!
Hey Alan, how you going, bud? Thanks for joining us. Just in time to see me not lose. Right, Servitor, charge. Tried to run. It was a big hit. Yes, welcome everyone. If you're not familiar, Mechanicus II. If you are familiar, it's not bad. We're having fun so far. Not far into it. We don't have much control or say in our fate. But I think the game looks great.
Seeking revelation.
I have to make sure I don't block the big boy as well. Scan this guy for the points. I wonder if you can double scan a guy. No, but we can scan his corpse. Scarabs inbound. Shit. Chomping at us. So I'm guessing if you want this guy to fully charge up and then empower a dude, he has to go second last in the turn, charge up off everyone else, then use his buff on the next and last person in the turn. That's what I'm thinking how it works.
Awaiting enlightenment.
So we'll have enough to move here and use his railgun power. Magna Rail. Damn it, that's the minimum damage. We'll choose protection over offensive power. We have to give him a clear run. And as long as the Necron is irradiated while it's reanimating, you don't have to worry about it. It just dies. So Luke wasn't wrong when he said that Vanguards were very good.
Stand intolerant.
And we can only earn cognition with these guys when they scan, which has a 2-turn cooldown.
Obedient.
We'll just run for it. Oh, we got irradiated. Is that twice? Just for 2 turns. Illuminated. Yeah, run, Tech Probe, run! You're gonna die, bitch! But in Necronese.
Rare intensity insufficient. Maximizing zeal.
Sounds like something that Zordon would say. Damn it.
Machine God's will.
We were still standing at down here fighting this time, the last attempt. Sacrificial lambs are, you know, doing their thing. Doesn't seem like there's no Overwatch. It does seem like there's no Overwatch. That's the Scotch talking.
Machine God's will.
Oh, 1 turn away. And we don't have any dudes left, so I can't build any cognition. We just gotta weather the storm. One quality of life change. You should be able to just hold the space button to speed up the enemy turn. See you soon.
Omnissiah, bless our weapons and curse our foes.
Yeah, no 1-turn wonders here. No Sir Balin. Yeah, he's got some...
Return to Ex Veritas, Lector Dogmatis. Your task is done.
His name checks out, Dogmatis.
Against such numbers, and with their advance blunted, the algorithmic omens are dire. The Skitarii offensive is likely to fail. This is far from the glory the Omnissiah demanded of us.
None can doubt your zeal, Lector Dogmatis. It may even be that you displayed too much.
Just a bit.
Rather an
Just a
excess
bit.
of zeal than of complacency. When we return here, it will be to excise the alien and restore the sanctity of our forged world.
Well, that was Videx. I said I don't want to be friends with him. We were forced to use him. He shouted at us a lot, but we made it through after one failure. Not bad. We lost most of the guys, but the living monument is still alive. We got a bit of a bonus from taking that extra stratagem at the start of the mission. He looks like a birthday cake. He's like the Emperor's just going to burst out of him and be like, look guys, I told you. We have unlocked the Shrine of Knowledge and panels. Visit them to research new technologies and unlock powerful units and enhance your leaders. So like the first game, it looks like we're going to work with particular lords when we do a mission. So, like the first game, you would choose and they'd be like, alright, I got a mission for you. Yeah, he looks like a birthday cake. The Emperor's birthday cake. The Omnissiah's birthday cake. It's a joint birthday. Tech priests earn augmentation points after each successful mission. Use these points to improve or unlock their skills, weapons, and traits. You can freely reassign augmentation points between missions. Oh, so you can respec on the fly. Good. If you don't like what you did, and there's a lot. Well, there's not a lot, but there's something to read here. Look at the Litany of the Ancient Matrix. Gain Empowered. I think that's what we were using with Scaevola. We can use it more than once. It costs HP instead of a cognition point. I don't know if I want that this early in the game. And so basically it looks like the skills we already are familiar with Scaevola simply evolve. And then here we've got stratagems. Choosing the reclaim stratagem for a Scaevola-led mission awards 10 rec points. So if you reach max vigilance, you gain Archaeotech. At the start of a skirmish, all enemies are revealed. So it's just like little perks, but pretty limited in choice. I'm going to increase her deployment cap. Can I do that? No. We have to take this one first. And then I get, are these the same points? They are. Okay. So I don't think I want this yet. I didn't try the Zenerite data curse. I think I did it once. It freezes them for a turn. Once triggered, inflicts 1 to 2 damage on a random unit. Take that. I'm not sure what Forbidden Knowledge means. Oh, if you take this, it will make it better. Let's make the base attack better. Gain Assault. The bearer can still move after using. Okay, that's the 2 points for Scaevola.
Machine God's will.
Lector Dogmatus. Incantation of the Iron Soul. That's the thing that was buffing his and his army's defense. Can restore HP. So there is a little bit of healing. Siphoned Vigor. When this unit kills an enemy, it recovers 2 HP. After completing the ritual, that's what shooting the gun is? It's a ritual. Okay. We can just... He's got like compounding damage. Increased requisition. Electro priests gain electro infusion. 2 special electro priests are permanently added to Videx's clade. I've never seen that word before. Clade. Is that supposed to be cadre? I don't know. Increased capacity for deployment. Increased requisition. We didn't manage to pull off motive force. Got a bit of healing as well. It's personal healing or increased hit points. Yeah, increased hit points. Let's just charge up his healing ability. And servitors are a little bit stronger under his command. And this also heals him. Let's go for healing. Make his army kind of resilient. Okay, yeah, that's like I've never heard of that word. I'm glad to learn it. Okay, we've got 2 missions to choose from. The better part of valor.
Ready.
Going with Kerra. Luke said that Kerra was a good leader. Row.
Modus Venator.
Yeah, so like the first game, it seems that each of the leaders has their own kind of agenda or sub-objective. Let's play with Kerra. We were told that they're a decent character to play.
Ready.
Send Subdominatus Kerra to assist the Skitarii units attempting to fall back from numerically superior enemy. We've got a new enemy here. Is that, what are they called again? The fucking murder robots?
The front line is providing reams of combat data, but on a strategic level it fails to provide the relentless advance required to meet our victory projections.
Like a Necron assassin.
Indeed. We now have more than enough examples of the effects of Necron weapons on Skitarii bodies to fulfill any future need.
Regrettably, the current situation cannot be permitted to persist. The Skitarii line must fall back before the Necrons can surround whole formations. Megas Dominus, your strike force is best suited to assist the Skitarii withdrawal to secondary defensive lines.
Yeah, I remember she cares about the Skitarii and they thought it was like a programming glitch.
Subdominatus Kerra has experience among Skitarii cohorts. I recommend her to lead this operation on the ground.
It's like compassion subroutine. What the heck?
If it means getting our troops out of that grinder, then send me in.
This grinder is the result of thousands of iterations of probability analysis. Our orders were the most likely to result in victory, given the information available at the time.
Pray forgive Subdominatus Kerra's zeal on this point. She served among the Skitarii prior to her investment among the tech clergy, and places acute emphasis on the efficient use of our troops.
Can't see the information on the enemies, that's cool. See if we can get more troops out of this. Seven. So no, that the answer is no. just reduces their rec cost, which was got 60. They don't have any experience by the look of it. It's just the same. Immune to radiation, blah, blah, blah. Waypoint reached.
What is the operative efficacy of nearby forces?
Local data scrape indicates fragmentary command. High casualty rates.
We must relieve the pressure. Disrupt the Necron advances and give the Skitarii time to recalibrate.
Kerra says, kill them all. She only takes up one square. Not like the giant units that we've used with Scaevola and Videx. They were massive. Chungus. Elevated from the ranks of the Skitarii, Sub-Dominatus Kerra is a battle-hardened field commander dedicated to the science of war. She values precision, discipline, and the lives of those under her command, and has little patience for waste or inefficiency. Kerra excels at coordination and tactical control. Her canticles allow her to link into the command network by establishing connections with her or other allied units, enabling Kerra to issue battlefield directives, trigger advanced skills, and mark priority targets with ruthless efficiency. She's a dominatus, not a dominatrix, a dominatus. Same effect, different methods. Oh, that's is it a friendly? Okay, I went to clobber him with a brainless servitor. Alright, let's read the objectives. Kerra must survive, kill all units. That's what I tried to do last time, and it was wrong.
Skitarii Command Doctrina effective.
Oh, she's a sub, hey? Alright, her skills include the Omnissiah Axe, or Omnissiah Axe, Archeo Las Pistol, Medicae Mechadendrite, Priority Target, Servo Skull. Grants final data whisper to units in the target area. When killed, they generate a cognition point. Okay, so you give that to friendlies, and when they get ganked, you get a point. Let's do it. Go watch that guy, he looks like he's gonna die. She's got fairly long range with her las pistol. Priority target would be, I guess, you. Point the finger. Injured. Disintegrated. Citation stratagem, create a connection between this unit and Kerra. What does the connection do exactly? Blammo. Servitor hit. Friendly ranger taking down a warrior. Servitor melted and disintegrated. Skitari Ranger Alpha just flashbanged someone with a radiation grenade or something. We're just experimenting.
Networking.
We'll shoot the injured one. Let's see how well cover works. Phosphor Blast Pistol. Inflicts Luminogen. We were already linked with that one. Yeah, I saw the Skitari video today. I said I was going to buy it simply for that. I've never actually played Darktide. Played Vermintide and Vermintide 2. Don't know why I never picked up Darktide. Just too many games to play, I guess. And despite posting videos every day, I still only do this part-time. We got 4 linked. Vermintide, but with pew pew and new skins. Yeah, I think that's probably why. Well, we know that's not safe cover, because we just watched our friend get disintegrated. I think he's going to come back, so we'll shoot him. The glowing radiation ones shouldn't come back. Hey, Roffagon. Thanks for chiming in about Darktide. Vermintide 2 is arguably better, but Darktide is very good. The bolter actually feels like a bolter. Makes the bodies go boom. No game has nailed that like Darktide. Well, thank you for your opinion, man. I liked Vermintide, but a lot of the time I was just playing with randoms, and you know what that's like. Well, hopefully we get to keep this alpha if he stays alive.
Coordinating data.
Still can't get her into range. Restore health to allied units. Can't quite figure out what the linking does. Suffer 1 to 2 additional damage from attacks made by units with at least one connection. Suffer 2 to 3 additional damage from attacks made by units with at least 3 connections. Okay. Still out of range to be able to do anything. Let's get closer. So will this kill it outright now? Yes.
Marshal, we are positioned to your flank, and the enemy at our position are at negligible combat effectiveness. Withdraw your forces to the rally point before the Necrons fill the gap.
Confirm Skitarii Marshal, Regional Commander, among the casualties.
Advanced tactical doctrines require a command input. In the circumstances, it will have to come from me.
Command subnetworks established. Ready to transmit to all nearby units. Immediate leadership input required. Awaiting orders. An inspiring monologue, which would max us out. Force imperative. Compel Skitarii with the Doctrina imperative, which is like override mode. They have to follow the doctrine. Engage in a risky maneuver, exposing your troops to incoming fire but providing an obvious example and rally point. We'll take the inspiring monologue, because that's true to Kerra.
The teeth of 1,000,000 cogs mesh together, and the might of the machine is the result. Let us echo this wisdom in combining our efforts, and fight as one against the alien menace.
So we got something, and attacks always inflict max damage.
The Skitarii are withdrawing across the whole front. Casualty rates are within acceptable parameters. But an Archaeopter recon flight has noted a problem.
Of course. Only a fool believes the Omnissiah has no more labors for her to undertake.
The Necrons are moving troops to a ridge near your location. This high ground will give them excellent fields of fire over the retreating Skitarii.
They will be annihilated.
An outcome that will be obviated if the Necrons are annihilated first.
Okay, so that was a threat meter point. Skitarii units requesting assistance. Immediate command input required. Ready to transmit. What happens if you get even more? Does it not matter? Skirt around the battling Skitarii to reach the top of the ridge. Intervene in the combat to extricate the Skitarii from the battle so they can contribute to the assault. Use a similar incident from Kerra's knowledge of Skitarii history to inspire and coordinate troops. Let's rally.
Hold fast, Skitarii. We are on your flank.
Skitarii units incorporated into command network. Incoming fire detected. Contact imminent. So we got a unit. We got a ranger. Someone lost 3 health. We gained requisition. You have reached a waypoint. Choose one of the following directives. We don't need that. Sacrifice a unit to decrease vigilance. Like, fully sacrifice them? Generate 2 cognition points. Or recruit a new unit. Let's take the new unit. Maximum elevation reached. Multiple Xenos trace indicators converging on our position. Enemy reinforcements deploying straight off the bat. But we have extra units. Instant reanimation. But we better give him some radiation.
Processing orders.
Kerra must survive, kill everyone. Okay, we can do that. Oh, what have we got here? An immortal.
Networking. Transmitting.
I think we want to kill the immortal first.
Send it.
So an immortal has a Ghost Blaster. Just more damage. Fortunate for us, they went for the servitor. Link them up. He'll have to move to shoot, and that means we'll get an opportunity attack unless they blast the servitor.
Transmitting.
Connect up this one. No radiation for this guy, so we'll have to blast him once he goes down. Oh yeah, I see him up the back. Uh-oh.
Coordinating data.
Well, we've got 4 links. Let's prioritize this target. Nope, not gonna happen. Uh-oh.
Transmitting. Situation hostile. Calibrating orders.
Has to be melee, does it? That's dangerous. Yo, what's going on there? I can't target them. Only one can be targeted. Let's move into cover, perhaps. It's like all of them, though. I will try and heal while we're here. Yep, can't target them. That sucks. There was no Overwatch there either. No attack of opportunity. Yeah, he can't shoot it. We've got to get into melee combat with it. Have to get close, perhaps? Or maybe this counts as an obstruction. I think this is probably counting as an obstruction here, not just cover. Grant 5 connected status to all of Kefrit's units in a skirmish. Yeah, it's a line of sight issue. He's going to come around and get us, will he? Yep.
Send it.
I just killed it. 1 turn. That's my way. Maybe he used, because it used up its action to teleport down here. Maybe it doesn't get a second teleport in a turn. Or maybe it's just the light version when you first encounter them. The Necrons might not have any dominion.
Send it.
Yeah, definitely line of sight with those boulders there. Keeping us safe, but also unable to attack the enemy. deceiving though, because you can't actually attack them, but the movement thing says that she can target them. But it's this with this servo skull skill. Be guaranteed kill, yeah. I think it's because she's linked up with everybody, and then I used like the death priority target. That's not good. You're gonna die next.
Send it. Receiving.
Let's try and heal it before the turn ends. And then use up our cognition to get right up in its face.
The Skitarii are withdrawing in acceptable order, but the Necrons are attempting to re-engage. If the Xenos retake the ridge, the line may collapse entirely.
I take it I'm to hold this position at all costs.
Sounds good.
As perceptive as ever, Subdominatus.
So our force is a little bit beaten up, but it looks like we lowered the vigilance.
Networking.
Well, if they have to die, at least we'll get some cognition from them. We've got time to kill it before it gets to attack. Alright, you have to click. Servitor just got blasted, but that's what they're for. Lucky shot. This guy is not long for the world. Someone's got to die this turn.
Situation hostile. Calibrating orders. Just shoot it. Managed to keep them out of the turn. Oh no, more flayed ones. Coordinating data.
We still need to link someone up. Who is it? This guy? And our new guy. Don't like this guy's chances. Can't see a gate. Just gotta hold for 5 turns. Let's try and pour some fire onto these flayed ones. Keep some distance away from them. One of the guys that was here earlier, Luke, said that the only shitty thing about that skill is she can't do it to herself. But we will try. Test that theory. Unfortunate. Here he comes! We irradiated most of them except this guy. Now they're behind us. Need to switch cover.
Coordinating data.
Can't do it on herself. Just face them head on. Let's go. Blocking our shot. A little bit more damage from the ranger when he's close.
Send it. Initiate local scan. Identify remaining hostiles.
Basically, yeah. It's a little bit more RPG than XCOM, but yes. Turn-based tactical. The first one was more like XCOM in that you had to build up your equipment and level up your individual dudes who are more customizable. But in this game, it seems like they've gone more for dedicated heroes leading armies of basically expendable units to some degree.
The Necrons are disengaging. It seems they too are unwilling for this battle to turn into a grinder, as you would put it.
It's because the modern
Excellent work,
Firaxis XCOM
Subdominatus.
modernized that whole colored square movement thing.
But still not a victory. The Skitarii must adapt. Their combat protocols were not up to the task. They had no counter-tactics applicable to fighting the Necrons.
But your intervention, Clade, has ample experience against this foe. And we have reaped entire info vaults of combat data in just this one engagement. Adaptation shall be made to the Skitarii protocols. Hecateus IV will become as a monument to the quest for knowledge, a great laboratory for the divining of the Omnissiah's infinite truth.
I never thought about it back then when I was playing the first Mechanicus, but I actually like that these guys are actually having a say and participating in the campaign and the battles. So I think it, so far, has been a good choice.
Let us all have such faith, Magos Biologis.
But we very much still have the training wheels on. So we did alright, 170 damage inflicted, we only suffered 53. We spent as much cognition as we earned, basically. And a few extra archaeotech fragments earned. Did I spend too much requisition? I don't know. Well, we've been playing for 3 hours now, and I have had an enjoyable time. I'm an AdMech fan, so for me this is really fun to play an exclusively Mechanicus game. But the soundtrack hasn't really stood out to me as much. I will say that. But I like the graphics. I think the game runs well on my PC. Right, we did that mission. Who's up next? Captrix. Some unknown enemies. Let's go with Row, because we know what we're going to face.
Magos Dominus. Critical resources are held at mining sites outside city environs. This puts them in path of Necron advance. They must be recovered.
Prefect Ordnance Row has experience in field engineering. I recommend them for this task.
I hear and concur, Magos Dominus. A tech priest versed in the value and symbolism of gross matter. A forge, a scaffold, a world encased in steel. I am reminded of a far inferior version of myself.
See you, Luna. Thanks for joining us today. Enjoy your shopping trip.
An honor, Forge Lord.
If you're a 40k fan, if you are an Imperium fan of any kind, it's definitely a wish list title, and then just wait for it to come down to a decent price. The first game does get pretty cheap, and the first game is worth playing because I found the story to be great. It had some things that needed to be tweaked, but overall I really enjoyed the first game.
Necron activity in the region has led to a failure in local communications. Only the approximate location of each cache is known. I am informed this will not be an issue, given the capabilities of your force, Magos Dominus.
I didn't find the first game to be replayable though. It's not one I went back to try again with a different path, because the main moral choice happens right at the end anyway, so you just save it beforehand and you can choose the other option. It wasn't worth, in my view, playing all the way through again. But that's fine, some games are one and done. Enjoy your experience, be immersed in the universe, and then move on. Like movies, you don't always watch the same movie every weekend.
I shall leave the Prefect Ordnance to speak for themselves.
Unless you're my wife, who has frickin' Harry Potter on repeat.
If the Omnissiah wills it, then it will be done.
I hope I didn't detract too much from the monologuing there. What are we going to do? We might go with the same thing. We want recruitment capacity for the extra troops. But other than that, I'll keep it as is. And why change what works? We'll stick with the Vanguard. And 3 servitors. While this loads, I do need to attend to the needs of the flesh. I'll be back in a second.
Remember, Prefect Ordnance, your task is to secure all 3 caches of materials. If you cannot recover and extract them, at the very least, mark their exact location for retrieval.
Leaving such resources vulnerable was a folly. I wish I had alerted the Forge Lord to his error during our briefing.
I'm back. Sorry guys, the flesh is weak.
The fact you did not suggests you are learning much about dealing with the senior tech clergy. Proceed with your objectives.
Speaking of the flesh is weak, what just happened then? Reminds me of a funny anecdote. Most of my family work in the health sector, and it became known that the doctors some doctors, when they went out on weekends, didn't really appreciate the needs of the body, and so rather than spending time tending to the needs of going to the toilet and stuff, they would catheterize themselves and go to the cricket and drink all day, so they never had to get out of their seats. And we don't know how true that was, but it was a running rumor in the hospital for a while. And the bladder is the weakest, yes. But there very much is that Mechanicus mentality out there in the real world. And for those that don't know what a catheter is, that's a tube that helps you. It's not something that you would do for fun, in my opinion. So, we've got Roe. Roe's a big one. Smashy, smashy one. We didn't get a briefing on him. Unless I skipped it. Litany of the Fabricator grants data acquire to Roe. A special resource specific to Roe and the units under their command. For every data acquire stack a unit has, the stated effect triggers once. Okay, we'll try it. Okay, not sure. We'll figure it out. Oh, there's a flayed one hiding. So this guy's in danger. I'll just keep stacking this up, see what it does. Splat. Fed him to the flayer. Yeah, I've had one before too, after a surgery.
step closer to the machine.
Servo arm ignores the target's defense. Song of the Implacable. 1 range, 1 max damage. Charge in a straight line and inflict damage on the first unit encountered. So the more data acquires he has, the further he can run. But he also needs cognition to use it. Inflict provoked on enemy units in the target area and gained armor. And strengthened stack gained for 2 data acquire. Just keep sharing them. We have to get rid of this flare. He's irradiated. Let's get this one.
Servitor, no.
If they don't get reinforcements, we should be alright now. His defense works against melee. 2 damage. How many data acquire do you have? 4. Oh, it says here. Okay. Let's try this one. Strengthen me up. +3 damage. So he's a heavy hitter. But you have to feed him his power. I'm noticing a very strong reliance on the expendable units, whereas in the first game you got like 2 or 3 of them and you just threw them into threw them away while your Magi just charged themselves up for the coup de grace.
Force the vault open, or log its precise location for future extraction. I trust your wisdom in this matter, Prefect Ordnant.
Door mechanisms unresponsive, awaiting orders. Employ servitors to cut through the vault's locking bolts. It should protect the contents. Deploy a simple locator beacon to mark the cache's location for later. The master key. Use explosives to blast the vault open and create considerable risk to troops. We'll retrieve it methodically. Materials collected and inventoried. Mission schedule warning. Progress rate shortfall. Got some requisition. Second cache triangulation. Optimal route calculation complete.
Onwards, machine gods faithful. May our labors never cease.
Say the prayer of firing and curse the target. Do this rapidly, lest the wrath of the weapon be wasted. Point the eye of the weapon so that it may see the object of its wrath. Okay, we got a few to deal with. We don't expect this guy to last long, so we'll just throw him away. You better shoot the heck out of that flayed one. The atmosphere of this battle is pretty cool. It's on a battlefield. Stuff going on in the background.
One step closer to the machine.
Oh, he's out of sight, so we have to move. The other two can't attack him with their weapons. All barrels. We were told about these. Shoot them. Shoot them now.
Labor's underway.
Is he in range? I hope so. But he's now injured. Okay, I see. Alright. It's just not telling you how much damage you've done until you hit him directly or scan him. That's a bad idea. If able, must attack the unit that provoked it. Cone of effect? I've heard the optimization sucks too, but I'm currently playing it on at 4K with everything on high, ultra. You've got a 3050. I'm pretty sure I've got two PCs. One has a 2080 Ti, the other one has a 5080. I'm playing it on the 5080 now. Zero dramas. Granted, that's a pretty powerful GPU. I will try to play the game tomorrow on my other PC, but I'm pretty confident the 2080 will be fine with this game. Maybe if you turn down things like ambient occlusion, turn off the motion blare, turn down the shadows, I think the game should be fine. I think any GPU that's going to struggle with it will be based on particle effects. But I don't see it being that bad. Like, we've had no crashes, no stuttering, frame rate's decent, if not great. Yeah. If I could stream it in 4K, I would, but the bandwidth is way too high for my internet. I don't know how active the devs are. Like, I bought this game with my own cash. I'm a supporter of Warhammer. So I can't say how quick they'll be with their optimizations. But yeah, that's my opinion. I'm enjoying the game. I think it's good. I've had no dramas with it. And I'm not being paid to say that. Because that's the world we live in right now.
Monster assessing.
And like, this is a pretty, I guess it would be considered a graphically intensive map. Seems to be alright. And I've been a PC gamer for a very long time, and so I know that a lot of people that don't meet the requirements still try to play these games because you want to. Like, I played games on the shittest laptop. It wasn't even called a laptop. It was like freaking, I don't know what it was. It was barely a computer. And so I played games on that for a very long time. They were like slideshows, PowerPoint presentations more than games. Alright, what am I doing? Let's move over here and just kill this thing. Let them come to us. Tom, do you own the game? Have you played it yet? Because you were able to play Anno pretty well, and Anno was like pretty intensive. The newest Anno, the Rome one. Just keep feeding hidden points. Yeah, it works is a relative term, is it? Subjective term. It slows down on Knight's Tale. Knight's Tale is a game that probably wasn't very well optimized. So yeah, there's a lot of particle effects in that game, a lot of fog everywhere, leaves being blown everywhere. Yeah, they really went for atmosphere, but I see it would struggle on games, on PCs that don't have the strongest GPU. So initially, the Anno game didn't run very well on my 2080 Ti. It took a lot of, took about an hour of fiddling and benchmarking to get it to run well.
Limbs insufficient. Additional mech-dendrites.
How far can we get? Yeah, so we've got a fair few points saved up. Really just experimenting at this stage. We're not playing for sheep stations. Yeah, and of course the curse of laptops, heat management. He's got an area of attack, so we can actually do friendly fire. We'll have to be mindful of that. But being 2 squares wide, he's blocked by things. We can make everyone in an area of effect attack as well. So your prime gaming time is European winter? See, I live in subtropical temperatures, so managing heat's a big issue, even with a desktop. And when humidity is around, yeah. I'm glad I could help Tanae, just to going back to what you said in the chat before. Like, I was a broke gamer for a very long time, so I don't want people to waste their money. So I'll always try to give you an honest appraisal. But I play a lot of strategy games, and so far I'm really liking the aesthetics and the atmosphere of this game.
Transmitting.
But we haven't had a lot of choice. It does seem like a much more linear experience. Your choice is who you want to play with next, based on the missions available. That might change further into the campaign, I don't know yet. Yeah, man. You got it. Up the blues. Yeah, I'm a little bit more cultured than the Queen. I'm not from Queensland. So I can sit on the fence when that State of Origin's on. But my wife is true blue. She's from Penrith. So God help you if you annoy her. I'm not playing on a 2080 anymore, so that's now my backup and my stream PC that handles all the load. And I treated myself to a new PC at Christmas time, and to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak, content wise. So my wife's like, "You better fucking make it. You better fucking make it, guy." Like the 2080 it would still go strong for another year or so, especially with the way that memory and GPUs are at the moment on the market. But it was certainly getting tired. If you loved the first game, I think it's a no-brainer. And no doubt the devs made design choices to probably appeal to a wider audience. A wider 40k audience, so yeah. And I'm kind of getting a feel like it was going for the Dawn of War 2 hero vibe. Obviously we just turn-based. Surface Paradise has been my home for a number of years now. Beautiful section of the world. Pretty blessed. The soundtrack, I will say I haven't really noticed it. And I bought the premium version of the game, which gives you the first game's soundtrack as well as, you know, you get a copy of it as MP3s. But it also lets you use it in the first game, so it's currently playing Game 1 soundtrack now. And I will say that the first songs just, they've been in my brain for so long I could recognize them underwater. Or in space. Just from the vibrations. I think the new soundtracks used a different instrument set. I don't hear the choir and the pipe organs, but I haven't given it a proper listen to yet. Well, happy birthday for tomorrow, Dark Silver. Alright, the second vault interior, hazardous. Radiation levels unknown, awaiting orders. We can mark it for later. We're going to exploit it again. Alright, we took some damage, irradiated some of our dudes. We're going to take some damage. We don't have many dudes left. We used up a lot of them in that fight. Third cache location triangulated.
Then our task is almost complete for today.
We're at a waypoint, and our leader's fine. Sacrifice a unit? No, we're not going to do that. But we will take a new unit. I can't remember. I only bought it today, but I think it was 60 or 70 bucks Australian. Let's have a look. Oh, that loads. It was $53 Australian. But then I bought the Omnissiah edition so I could get the Mechanicus II soundtrack and the first soundtrack and an art book. Just all the fluff that I don't actually need. But yeah. You can also buy the complete edition, which I think has the first game if you don't have it, plus all the DLCs for the first game. This was a treat for myself. I feel like I worked pretty hard this month. I'm not liking our chances here. Fortunately, we're not at full vigilance. But this guitar, you have to stay together.
Assessing.
Lost one straight away. No chance of getting him. Don't use that guy. What is this? Oh, it's a warrior. I thought it was like a totem pole or something. No hope of killing that guy in the first shot. Oh, damn it. We needed the 3 damage. I should have used the other ability first. Try and charge our big boy up. He's going to need some help. An attack of opportunity. If we move, we die, and we can't shoot him. guaranteed to do 3 damage, is he? 2 to 3 damage. There's a chance we live, so we're going to try and move. Oh, he got 2 attacks because we're below 50% health. Fuck. I thought that might only activate on his turn. Well, we ran out of boys pretty quick. Getting our defense back just in time as we get shot again. Just got to push the envelope here. We might be able to finish it before reinforcements arrive. If I can get the other Skitari up, we'll kill him before he gets a turn. Hopefully that was the last fight. It did say it was a waypoint, so we're only halfway. This is the last one. 3rd vault location confirmed. Vault cogitator unresponsive. Sensor net scrape indicates servitor gun turrets active. Significant dangers to strike force personnel. Defensive countermeasures operative. Shutdown commands ineffective. Awaiting orders. Beta trap, but that pushes us to full vigilance. Assault the servitor. We can't afford to take damage. Hey, let's bait it and see what happens. Failsafe code set. Servitor turrets and laser deadfall net online.
The enemy wishes to plunder our resources. Let it cost them more than they will gain.
Mark the vault. Complete. Max damage. Explosives placed on the battlefield next skirmish. But we're at full vigilance, so they'll have more stuff. Extraction imminent.
Another day's labor's done. Another sacrifice of toil upon the altar of the Omnissiah.
Xeno's trace indicators converging on our position.
This enemy is not content to let us leave. Stand fast. Defense doctrine in effect. Hold for extraction.
Hold on for 4 turns, and they've got a Psychomancer, and I've got 2 Skitari and a half health dude. I don't like my chances here. We haven't preserved our force adequately, but we do have explosives on the field. Let's not get too close to those mind flayers. They're not mind flayers. They're flesh flayers. Played too much D&D in my life. It's not any more damage than a shot, so I don't know if that was worth it. Let's run. Uh-oh. Impeded. Half movement. Shit. Go over here, so I can blow you all up.
Limbs insufficient. Additional mega-dendrites required.
Yeah, we're in some trouble, bros. I've been chatting too much and we've just let the operation get out of hand. Blame the scotch. Blame it. We've got... They're going to have 4 turns in a row. 1, 2... He's already had a turn. The Mind Flayer. He's going to flay our minds, alright. That is a lot of clankers. It's because we're at full vigilance. I should not have done that last operation. Alright. Flesh guy. He's going to wear what little flesh we have left. We've got to kill the ranged guys and then he can just clean up. Oh no. Hey, just when you thought there weren't enough clankers, here comes some more. Psychomancer goes next. What is this guy going to do to us? Can't tell until we scan him. Alright, let's try and give him a different target to shoot at. Maybe if we go straight for that and kill it, it will... We can't run. We have to survive. We have to hold for 3 more turns, and we are about to be completely surrounded. But it didn't become apparent until that last mission. The battlefield mission, I wasn't really paying attention, I will be honest. We probably lost way too many guys. But I needed to answer those questions because people's money is at stake.
Processing.
And we're just playing on normal, believe it or not. Oh, I've blocked him in. Shit on the stick. Alright, we're going to have to move over here. And just get eaten by flayers on this side. You have to be really mindful of it. These bigger guys, they can't get around very well. We've got no cognition because we've got no army. Getting chewed up. Tried to run. These guys are going to eat us next. Yes, so force preservation, very important. In the first game, you could solo armies with your guys, and you didn't necessarily need the expendable guys.
Transmitting.
But the expendable guys are really, they feed you your abilities. Yeah, well, it's not going to help. We'll have to go all the way back to the start. So yeah, we're going to lose gracefully. But the action economy in this mission, we were screwed from the start. Yeah, that's a complete start again. But on that note, I think it's a good place to leave it. And we'll pick up the rest of the campaign tomorrow. What I'll do is I'll play up till that battle before the stream starts, and then we'll go from there, starting fresh tomorrow night. Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope I've been able to answer your questions or queries about whether the game's right for you. There'll be more, so if you don't want to buy it now, you can experience it with us. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe. I play all types of strategy content, I play all types of RPGs and world building games. I love to tell a story, and I'd love for you guys to stick with me for the future. Until then, Commander Tyrael out. Thanks, Silver, and you have a happy birthday. See you later.